What up, YouTube? Hey, thank you for joining me. It's your number one favorite blind homie, man, Rico Richy, man. And I'm back in the lion's den with another blind side reaction. You feel me? Hope everybody had a great month so far. Can y'all believe that we finished with the month of July, basically, huh? It's going by real fast, ain't it, y'all? We about to hit the 8th month of the year, man, and the year just really started. Yeah, I got a couple of videos. We're gonna do a couple of reaction videos. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 videos I wanna show y'all, man. And we gonna do a little commentary on some of it, you know what I'm saying? But before we do that, hope y'all got y'all drinks, smokes, beers, whatever it is you're gonna do to partake with me. And we gonna get into it, you know? Hey, first off, let's take these shots, you know? Let's go. Salud, salud. Thank y'all for joining me in the Lions Den, baby. So, this first video, man, it's on Boosie. Like he really, yeah. Boosie nothing up. Cause Boosie like, nah, man, let me. But I'm finna give y'all a little story of how I think everything went down, bro. With the Boosie and the Duke the Jeweler situation. You feel me? Alright. So here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go. Duke the Jeweler. Duke, man, what up, man? It's Boosie, man. Hey man, I'm gonna be in Houston, man. I need you to be in Houston, man. I seen some of your designs, man. I wanna pick one of them guys, man. Yeah, boy. Yeah, dude, like, I shoot, I supposed to be coming to Houston anyway, but we can link up when I get there. Boots like, for sure, man, for sure. And I see you when you get there, man. So next day come, 2 day come, however many days, Duke Julie get there. Boosie hit up. Boosie get with Juke. He looking at the pieces and everything. Yeah, man. I like this one, man. Oh, that bit fire, man. Yeah, that bit fire, man. I want this one, dude. Give me that one right there. Make that one right there for me, dude. Dude, like, yeah, I got you. Man, but what we finna do since you done looked at the jewelry boots, what we finna do? Man, I don't know, man. Let's go get on the dice game, dude. Dude, like, alright, shit, I'm feeling good. I'm shining good, Let's go do this. Dude, get over there. Get on the table. The whole time, dudes that's at the table already, that's running the show for Jay Prince, they ain't paying attention to what they doing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't paying attention to what they doing. So what happened was, the motherfucker, since they ain't paying attention to what they doing in the dice game, and I mean it's Duke the Jeweler, they probably when they see Duke the Jeweler, see I think what made them, kind of like forget about everything, bro. What messed them up, cause they seen Duke the Jeweler walk up to the table and he was shining hard. You feel me? He was shining hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? He was shining. So they were just looking at his chain. They were mesmerized by that man's chain. You feel me? So that kind of messed up their train of thought. So you know what I'm saying? So instead of Duke getting the regular dice, getting the real dice, they mess around. See, Jay Printine, what happened with Jay Printine, they end up giving him, you know, the fake dice by mistake. They didn't mean to. They didn't even know it. They didn't know it. They didn't know they gave him the fake dice until he kept on hitting and hitting and hitting. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh hell no! Why we shit? When they find out they gave him the fake dice, bro, they like, oh hell no! We got to do something about this. So instantly they started plotting, but still though, dude hitting. So he ain't thinking nothing about the dice. Like he ain't looking at the dice. He ain't doing. He just rolling. You know what I'm saying? He just rolling, bro. He ain't thinking he got fake dice in his hand. You feel me? So he just rolling. He steady hit. Man, dude got tired. He like, man, I told y'all boy ass up, man. You know it's time for me to go, bro. I gotta go. Boots like, yeah, man, that man done whooped y'all ass on the table, man. Yeah, man. Duke done came down here from Chicago and did y'all in on the damn dice table, man. And see them boys, see them JPJ boys. Yeah, JPJ. uh, James Prince Jr. You know what I'm saying? See, he, the little wannabe fake guy, them gangsta tough ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Him, that nigga. You see, the tough ones is tough. The tough ones was the ones at the dice table. You feel me? So, and they need Jay Prince's name. They need Jay Prince Jr.'s name so they can do what they do. You feel me? So when them niggas figured out they gave him the wrong goddamn die, they like, oh hell nah, bro. Ain't no fucking way we finna let him go with this. You feel me? They already plotting. See, Boots in the cut. He watching everything. He looking. You know what I'm saying? He looking. And why he looking like he's studying like the atmosphere, what's going on, cause he see like now he see like, oh shit, they done gave Duke the wrong fucking dice, and he fucked their ass up on the dice table. So so now, you know, so now Bootsy looking like, oh man, what they gonna do? I hope they don't, you know what I'm saying? And in his mind, he don't know. Bootsy don't know what they gonna do, but he got a good idea of what they might gonna do because, you know, Duke the jeweler done hit. You know what I'm saying? And he done hit them with their own dice. You feel me? He done hit them with their own dice. So Boots like, oh man, oh man, oh man. Man, this man supposed to make a piece for me, man. Y'all, like, that's what he thinking, man. That man supposed to make a piece for me, man. Y'all can't do this to this man. Don't do this to this man. You know what I'm saying? So what everybody thinking is some Bootsy called him out there. They make it look like Bootsy was the one that got him hit. You know, for JPJ his crew, it looked good for them. You know what I'm saying? But Bootsy like, oh hell no, nah, bro, oh, hell no, nah. Man, Bootsy was trying to get Duke like, bro, let me walk with you to your car or something before you go. Let me have some of my people or something like that go with you. Duke like, man, I'm good, man. I don't need nobody, bro. I'm good, man. I'm finna just get up out of here. He probably like, I'm finna go back to Chicago. I gotta go to Cali and do something. Somebody else want a piece of something like that. You know what I'm saying? So Bootsy like, he looking at him like, Bootsy just looking at him like, and in his heart he know like something finna go down. You know what I'm saying? Cause he thinking about everything. They done gave Duke the wrong dice. He done killed them on the dice table. They looking mad over there and upset. They done told JPJ, J Prince Jr., you know what I'm saying, what going on, and he probably his little bro, don't that nigga look like Waldo Faldo with dread? His little head, bro, he probably just nodded, went like that, like, yeah, y'all go ahead. Yeah, y'all know how that nigga be trying to talk. He think he Wayne or something. Yeah, y'all there, go ahead, do what y'all do, bruh. Go ahead, do what y'all do, bruh. Yeah, yeah, he can't walk out there with that like that, bruh. We gotta represent. So then they're like, yeah, we got you. So soon as they seen Duke go without Bootsy, see, somebody went through a back door. Somebody went through a door where nobody could see them. You feel me? Somebody went through a different door. You feel me? And when Buddy made it out that door, when the boy made it out that door, they just sat and wait for Duke to walk by. But the whole time Boots sitting there like he in there, he just pacing, like he pacing, like he like, man, nah, man, y'all can't do this to this man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't do it. He pacing, then all of a sudden, pop, 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 he hit a shot. So let's get into this video, you feel me? Let's see what's going on. On your tour. Come on, motherfucker. What the hell? Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
Kelly in his Slayer form.
Hold on, baby. Something.
Notification shade. Collapsed. Sporting news. 5:46 p.m. Collapsed Instagram. 5:56 p.m. Follow Sassy say. Boston Sesame Dark Skin Tone. Collapsed 97 degrees in Neighborhood. 5:37 p.m. Collapsed. Thumbs up. Someone like a comment. 5:30 p.m. Collapsed eating reading. 5:06 p.m. Cut issues when you're wrong. What's happening to the world's freshwater? Foods to help you eat. YouTube.
What the hell? Hold on, y'all. Bruh.
Exit. Dialog. Full screen. Button. Entry. Dialog. Giving money. Select this number on the YouTube mobile app. Connected to Dorothy's iPhone. Exit. Video progress bar 3 seconds of 11 minutes. 47 seconds. Play.
The next day.
Pause.
My bad about that, y'all. Let's get into it, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what the hell just popped up on y'all.
Followed us to the concert.
Volume 44.
We left out the concert. We under the garage. Dude went to his car by himself and walked down to the parking lot. Man.
The only way they could get their money back was hire their money back. He said, but Lil Cam Wolf and Big Caprice are the three. I got the neck, and they passed the dice to each other, but they loaded, but they shooting against them up in town.
Boosie just called out Jay Prince Jr. over Duke the Jeweler's setup, and now Jay Prince Sr. is firing back. For years, folks blamed Boosie for Duke's said he lined him up, but Boosie's done staying quiet. He's naming names, pointing fingers, and putting the heat where it belongs, on mob ties. Now the internet and the feds already digging, but who really pulled the strings that night, and why is Jay Prince Sr. firing back? So, back in November 2022, 29-year-old Duke the Jeweler got gunned down in what was called a robbery just after attending Boosie's concert in Houston, Texas. And just like that, rumors exploded that Boosie either ordered the hit or knew who did. Word on the street was the two men who ambushed Duke were tied to Boosie, not just random dudes, but family. The internet ran with it, and while Boosie stayed silent, the streets started pointing hard. Folks bought that version for months, but now the streets are circling back, and this time they're side-eyeing someone who's been lurking in the background. Jay Prince Jr., the son of Houston's so-called hip-hop godfather. While Boosie took all the heat, the real mastermind stayed clean, quiet, hidden in plain sight. But now, the mask is slipping, because the details don't just look shady, they look planted. Boosie was never the kingpin. He was meant to be the fall guy, allegedly. Why? Because he was there. He performed that night, allegedly invited Duke, and rumors had it that Duke's...
And see what made him the fall guy? Because he called Duke out there so he could look at some of Duke's pieces because Boosie wanted him a tank. Remember the story I told y'all in the beginning now?
Bag turned up in Boosie's house, but none of that proves motive. It proves Boosie was close, not complicit, and that's exactly what made him the perfect scapegoat. See, the fall guy is always the dude who's already drowning in legal battles, and Boosie, he had baggage, gun cases, the Terry Boyd trial, his name still tied to charges he beat years ago.
Yeah, they were trying to get rid of Boosie. They were trying to get Boosie ass off the map, bro. Boosie ain't falling for it.
Now Boosie's done staying quiet. He's breaking his silence, calling out Jay Prince Jr. by name, saying flat out, y'all tried to line me up, said he didn't even know Duke like that. They met at a dice game, and the next day, Duke showed up to his concert solo. Hours later, he's dead in a parking lot. Robbery? Nah, something ain't adding up.
We met that dude, Duke the Jeweler, the night before. We was gambling. The next day, dude followed us to the concert. When we left out the concert, we under the garage. Dude went to his car by himself and walked.
Zaxby's Giant Chicken Quesadilla.
Sponsor, ending 11.
You're gonna need more napkins. Who's got the sauce?
Grip, stability, precision. That's the essence of driving. Lawfin.
Moving.
Down to the parking lot.
Boosie's calling it what it is, a setup, and folks are listening now. Cause Duke didn't get hit in Baton Rouge. He got gunned down in Houston. A city Boosie don't run, but guess who does? Jay Prince Jr. And now, even Houston locals are screaming online. Boosie didn't do that. This ain't his city. One user wrote, if you from Houston town, you know what happened. Boosie has nothing to do with it at all. Another dude put it bluntly, saying, why would Boosie set a robbery up in a place he is not from?
Why
that
would he
be
do
very
that?
bold and
That would give him a
Y'all be
bad
quick to
rep
say
there,
anything
bro.
with no facts. While this other user fired Jay Prince Jr. directly, saying, Boosie did not have anything to do with that man's death. Look at Jay Price Jr. And guess who was sitting at that dice table too? Jay Prince Jr., the same dude who's allegedly been running Houston's check-in culture with an iron grip. Sources say if you're an artist, rapper, influencer, whatever, you don't pull up in H-Town without tapping in with the princes. And Duke, he checked in, still got smoked. That ain't just shady, that's predatory. Because the check-in system ain't about protection, it's power. Takeoff checked in too, got lined up. Big U been doing the same out west, allegedly, making artists check in with him so they get lined up.
Any real dude that's ever really been in LA, he checked in. Any real dude that's ever been in Atlanta, he checked in. If you moving and you getting money, you gonna check in because you need to know the right places to be and places not to be. That's a business.
Atlanta may check in with their homies, bro,
Like
but it
P&B
ain't
Rock
nobody
allegedly
particular
checked
that they
in
gonna
and still
check
got
in with,
lined
bro.
up. Schoolboy Q said it best. Rappers are getting robbed by the same people they check in with. It ain't protection, it's extortion with a smile.
I mean, everybody be checking in. That's your favorite thing to do. Check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass. Wow. Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know in California got your back?
So Duke the Jeweler case been screaming
That would make Atlanta different, because Atlanta, they say the guys like 21, all them say they got you, they got you. They not gonna let nothing happen to
But then
you.
it got even messier when Wack 100 jumped in, loud, raw, and unfiltered. He didn't mince a single word. Wack straight up said the dice game was a setup, that Duke the Jeweler wasn't robbed, he was lined up, and the ones who lined him up, accused according to Wack, that's Jay Prince Jr.'s crew, Lil Cam, a tight circle running a rigged dice table where the house always wins unless somebody slips up. And that night, Duke slipped right into their trap. Wack said it clear. Duke started hitting dice that weren't meant for him, and that broke the whole setup.
The situation that occurred, that a certain jeweler round and got past the dice on accident and was hitting on them for a couple hundred because, right, boom, the only way they could get their money back was money back. Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice are the three designated to say I'm up, I got the next, and they pass the dice to each other, but they loaded, but they shooting against them up.
And when you mess up a rigged system run by ego, money, and power, somebody has to pay. And Duke did with his life. According to Wack 100, Jay Prince been brainwashing folks for decades, pretending to play protector while he's really pulling strings in the shadows.
Because Jay Prince over the years,
Y'all see NBA YoungBoy fall for that
he's been
man, bro.
having a way of brainwashing people. Oh yeah? To thinking he's doing one thing when he really up to it next.
Yeah.
But Wack wasn't the only one talking. Charleston White jumped in too. He said Duke's death hit different, not just because he was talented, but because it was preventable.
I'm gonna tell y'all, they whole scheme would have probably never fall apart if it had been for Takeoff. Well, this Duke the Jeweler, I mean. Takeoff, I think Duke the Jeweler was unalive first. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know in the comments. But after either Takeoff or Duke the Jeweler death, whoever came second, bro, that's when people really started peeping on really what's going on. See, Houston already knew what was going on, but we didn't know. See, it didn't really come to light until somebody very popular had like Takeoff and Duke the Jeweler, bro. With them being so popular, that what brought everything to light. That what brought their whole scheme to the light.
Charleston called it out, said mob ties created an environment in Houston that ain't just unsafe, it's deadly. Artists check in thinking they'll be protected. Instead, they get pulled into loaded games, surrounded by sharks. He said Duke got played, not protected, checked in with the wrong crew, and got clipped for stepping out of pocket, not out of disrespect, out of naivete.
These street homie that projecting these rules and then coming here playing like they admirable men with street rules and street exit. Nah, homie, them look was set up that night.
And Charleston didn't
see what
stop there.
made
He
Duke
dragged the
Jeweler
whole
naive,
industry,
bro,
said this ain't
because
protection,
he never
it's
looked at
extortion
the
in
dice.
disguise,
He never
a
knew
sick,
he had
unspoken code where
fake
silence
dice in
equals
his hand.
survival. He said what most rappers are scared to even whisper. Duke's death wasn't random, it was ritual. But now, the silence is breaking. Even 50 Cent threw fuel on the fire. He didn't say much, but what he did say, enough to make folks raise eyebrows. He reposted cryptic clips, dropped captions that hinted deeper truth, and subtly backed Boosie. Then came the finesse two-time situation, and that one really sent the whole thing into a spiral. Word is Jay Prince Jr. allegedly got Finesse's girl pregnant behind his back, and FNG No Love was loud about these claims.
We heard Junior was the father, and after your mom did her due diligence, what was your thought?
I think that this girl that had the baby, I think she used to work around Junior. So I believe bro bumped into her around.
Popeyes is good.
That's messed up, boy. Damn, bro. If you get your partner, baby mama pregnant, bro, you up out there, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And if silence is guilt, this one's screaming cause J. Prince Jr. said nothing to shut down the rumors. Finesse, who once praised mob ties, now don't even say their name. He ghosted them. All that's left is cold distance and awkward tension. The vibe, annoyed, off. The loyalty, dead. Now fans are seeing the cracks. Takeoff slaying, Boosie's public call out, Finesse's fallout, the same name popping up in every headline, J. Prince Jr. And the internet is flipping, because the silence ain't holding no more. It's looking like the empire built on fear is starting to collapse. One user wrote, J. Prince has set up so many people and has had several people knocked. Another wrote, J. Prince took him out, not Boosie. Now Duke the Jeweler wasn't just another dude with diamonds. He was a self-made king out of Chicago. No industry favors, just raw hustle and real talent. He kicked off in the early 2000s,
We haven't had nobody
sketching
like
pieces
Duke the
in a
Jeweler
cramped
since
studio, flipping nothing into greatness. And it
Jacob
wasn't
the
long
Jeweler,
before
bro.
his one-of-one creations hit the big leagues. Vogue, Elle, custom work for Rihanna, King Von, 50 Cent, even Boosie. His designs weren't loud, they were legacy, and that's what made him a problem. Duke's stock rose fast, and when power meets independence in this industry, somebody always feels threatened. Duke didn't just walk into the wrong room, he walked into a lion's den wearing gold, trusted the wrong faces, shook the wrong hands, and walked into the wrong room. That room, a high-stakes dice game hosted by J. Prince
Tell
Jr.
me, my boy was lit that night, bro. Isn't that what? Lit as a mother, bro. He probably had booty pebble diamonds all up on everything he had on, bro.
Sources say he cleaned house that night, ran up $100K on the table, and that win might have sealed his fate, because right after, he was robbed, stripped of his ice, his cash, his phone, and shot, not once, but multiple times, like somebody wanted him gone. The industry still ain't healed. Duke's hit different. It wasn't just a robbery, it was a well-planned out execution. His death felt personal, deliberate, and now Boosie's trying to clear his name, telling folks he had nothing to do with it. When footage surfaced of Boosie's reaction to Duke's death, man looked shattered, couldn't speak and express himself, like he really didn't see it coming, and maybe, just maybe, he didn't.
Yeah, bro. Dude was supposed to lose $100 grand. He wasn't supposed to win $100 grand. He was supposed to lose $100 grand.
Dude tried to rob me. I just met dude yesterday. He was in a garage. He must have walked outside to the parking lot. He was in a garage. We heard this.
But now J. Prince Sr. is...
And that right there, that little clip right there at first was kind of like made everybody believe Boosie was kind of suspect because he kept going, do that, you know what I'm saying? But your boy Rico Richy don't think he had nothing to do with it.
shots Boosie, flipping the script, calling him the one setting people up. But the streets aren't buying that noise, because Takeoff got taken out in the same city, and the coroner said he was hit in the head and torso multiple times. That don't sound like no stray bullet like the investigators claimed. That sounds planned. And now J. Prince Sr. is clapping at Whack 100 for backing Boosie's claims, calling him a clown, calling him loud. But the streets saying he's just trying to dodge the real heat.
If you think about him, he's a clown. Like, I love the hip-hop culture. I'm in love with the hip-hop culture. Blood, sweat, and tears went in my movement for the hip-hop culture.
This ain't just about Boosie or Duke.
J. Prince, let me just tell you, bro. 50 Cent is not the one that you really want to call a clown, bro. He will get at you. He will get at you, bro. Despite what everybody think, he working for the Fed, Boosie working for this, that, whatever, bro. 50 will really get at you, bro. You better hope he don't take that to heart, bro, because he definitely will come at you.
System built on fear, silence, and fake protection. It's about how power gets when artists are forced to check in just to walk through a city they don't run. It's about how successful dudes like Duke, who built everything from the ground up, still ain't safe in the room they earned a seat in. Duke's death didn't just leave a void in the jewelry game. It cracked something deeper and exposed how dirty the game really is. Boosie says he was the bait. Finesse 2 times fell back. Takeoff checked in and still died. And now J. Prince Sr. is scrambling. But if this was just the beginning, who's next to speak or disappear?
Man, long live Duke, man. Long live Duke, man. They did that man wrong, man.
For others, especially Megan's hardcore fans, it felt like a weak excuse. How do you not know what song you posted? Especially when it involves someone who hurt your friend.
Radio progress for 17 minutes. Pause.
I don't know why it went right there, y'all. It should have went all the way.
17 minutes, 19 seconds, 26 minutes, 3 seconds. Skip back 6 minutes, 27 seconds. 11 minutes. Skip back 17 minutes, 30 seconds. 0 seconds, 26 minutes, 3 seconds. Press select to resume from here. Go back to cancel. Play.
Every time you turn around, something is draining our pockets. Lately, it's been Senator John Ossoff. Senator Ossoff voted against lowering the cost of your house, your car, and voted against expanding the child tax.
Play. He voted against the working family tax cuts that eliminated taxes on our tips.
Why they doing it? Who knows? Ask him.
So I ain't gonna show this entire video, y'all, but we definitely gonna look at most of it, you feel me? Let's see what they got going on with Glorrilla. Uh-oh.
Volume 46.
You know who I am? You've never been to jail?
On July 22nd, Glorrilla landed on the wrong side of the law after getting arrested for felony possession of marijuana found in her home. Now, new jail footage just dropped. And let's just say she's not looking good. But here's the real shock. The cops weren't even after her to begin with. We've got all the details. Let's break it down. Glorrilla in jail. Footage of Glorrilla in jail just dropped, and it's got everyone talking. While most people are busy praising her flawless mugshot, the real story behind her July 2025 arrest has the hip-hop world fired up and raising serious questions about how the system really works. Let me break this down for y'all from the beginning, because the story starts in a way that's got everybody's blood boiling. Picture this. It's July 20th, 2025, around 1:30 in the morning, and 3 suspects decide to break into Glorilla's home in Forsyth County, St. Marlow subdivision. But here's the kicker that got everybody's attention. Glo wasn't even home when this went down. She was in Indianapolis performing at the WNBA All-Star Game halftime show, bringing that Memphis energy to the court and getting players like Angel Reese turned up on the sideline. The burglary situation escalated quick when a family member inside the house fired shots to scare off the intruders, and they fled after stealing jewelry. Nobody got hurt, which is a blessing. But what happened next is where this whole story takes a turn that's got the culture questioning everything. When police arrived to investigate the break-in, they claimed they smelled
Look, if y'all not understanding of the law, let your boy Rico Richy help you. If you in a home that you are not responsible for, basically like if you not how can I put it, man? Like if you're not on like a lease or anything like that, you're not responsible for what happens in that home, in that apartment, whatever. You're not responsible. The person whose name is on the lease or the mortgage or whatever, they're responsible for anything that goes on in that home. So yeah, it's more than likely the police, if they come, they won't arrest the people that are there. They're going to arrest the person who's responsible for the home. You feel me? So y'all understand.
And decided to get a search warrant. Instead of focusing on catching the actual criminals who violated her home, they found what they called a significant amount of marijuana, over 1 ounce in her master bedroom closet, plus a Schedule I controlled substance. 2 days later, on July 22nd, Glorrilla voluntarily
Sponsor, skip import. Yes, button, ending 90 plus. Loading.
turned herself in at Forsyth County Jail. She got hit with felony marijuana possession charges and possession of a Schedule I substance, posted a $22,260 bond, and was released the same day. But the real story isn't just about the charges. It's about how a victim of a home invasion somehow became the only person getting arrested while the actual burglars are still...
Yeah, bro, think about it. Her home was invaded, and she got arrested for it, bro. They went there for a home invasion, and she still got arrested, bro. That's not messed up. I don't know what is, bro. That's messed up.
About this situation, and her response had the entire internet rally behind her. She took to X and laid out exactly what happened in a way that had everybody seeing red about the priorities of law enforcement. My house got home invaded Saturday while I was in Indianapolis performing for the WNBA All-Star Game. And instead of focusing on finding the suspects, they focus on some cannabis, she posted.
Yeah, bro, because they really wasn't supposed to worry about the weed smoking and everything like that, bro. They're supposed to worry, because at that point...
So no, I wasn't busted.
They were kind of like victims, you know what I'm
Long story
saying?
short, my house gets home invaded, and I'm the only one that gets arrested. That post went viral immediately, racking up over 60,000 likes and thousands of reposts, with fans from across the country expressing their outrage at what they saw as completely backwards priorities. The legal team didn't hold back either. Glorrilla's attorneys Drew Finley and Melissa Goldberg came out swinging, calling the arrest a disturbing window into how warped law enforcement priorities have become. They emphasized how police should have been focused on finding the people who committed the violent entrance that traumatized her family, not searching for cannabis in the state.
And they should have been, bro. They should have been focused on the people who, you know, tried to invade her home instead of the ones that was probably at her house home sitting while she was gone. You know what I'm saying? They smelt a little weed smoke and shit. They went crazy, bro. They forgot about what the reason they came there for, bro. They forgot about the people that tried to rob the house. You know what I'm saying? They went from trying to find the robbers to, oh, who smoking this weed? Hey, who owned the house? Hey, where she at? Hey, tell her to come down here now. Hey, she finna go to jail. Yep. Just cause y'all was smoking weed in the house. Ain't that messed up, bro? That's tough.
Still illegal recreational. What made this whole situation even more infuriating for fans was the timing and context. Here's a woman who is literally out of town working, performing at a major sporting event, bringing positive representation to her city and her culture. While she's on stage getting the crowd hyped and showing the world what Memphis talent looks like, criminals are violating her home. And somehow, in this whole scenario, she's the one who ends up in handcuffs. The fan reaction was immediate and intense, and it showed just how much love and respect Glorrilla has built in the culture. Social media exploded with support, and the themes were consistent across platforms. Outrage at the system, sympathy for Glo as a victim, and calls for justice that actually makes sense. Twitter became a battlefield of support, with posts getting tens of thousands of interactions. So you mean to tell me Glorrilla house got broken into, and instead of looking for the home invaders, they issue a search warrant, then arrest warrant for Glo over weed when she wasn't even at the home is crazy work. One fan posted, capturing the sentiment that had everybody heated.
Bruh, ain't the law effed up, bruh? Bruh, it's effed up, ain't it, bruh? It really messed up, bruh. Think about that, bruh. You basically, you going from a victim to a guy doggone suspect, bruh. Like, ain't that crazy, bruh? That's crazy, ain't it?
A post that went viral said Glorilla's home was burglarized by 3 suspects when she wasn't home. Then, when the police came, they found weed. She was literally the victim of a crime, yet she was arrested, getting over 19,000 likes and 2,600 reposts. The support wasn't just about defending Glo. It was about calling out what fans saw as a perfect example of how the system gets its priorities completely twisted. People were pointing out the irony that the burglary suspects were
got doggone it. We taxpayers.
While the victim is the one facing potential jail time. Comments like, they will do anything to bring you down. They had no business searching anything when PPL stole from her. Showed how fans were connecting this to broader issues of how black women and black artists get treated by law enforcement. What's wild is how this situation also brought out the humor and resilience that makes hip-hop culture so powerful. Even in the middle of calling out injustice, fans were mixing serious criticism with the kind of jokes that help process difficult situations. Some people were making memes about the whole situation with posts like, did I read that right? Somebody burglarized Glorrilla house, but saw some weed and arrested her for it, and she wasn't even home. Using humor to highlight just how backwards the whole thing was. Let's talk about what this arrest reveals when we look at Glorilla's broader legal history, because this isn't her first run-in with Georgia law enforcement, and the pattern is telling. This was actually her second arrest in Georgia within 15 months. In both cases,
and bruh, they in their own resident, bruh. They allowed to do that, bruh. They in their own fucking resident, bruh. So it lets me, like, what was the amount that they found in the house, bruh? Because that's crazy.
Of drug situations where fans felt like she was being targeted or treated unfairly. The first major legal issue that put Glorrilla in the headlines was back in April 2024, and that situation also generated controversy, though for different reasons. She got pulled over in Gwinnett County for making an illegal U-turn at a red light, but what happened during that traffic stop became internet legend for all kinds of reasons.
Were you drinking tonight? I'm not going.
The body cam footage from that DUI arrest went viral because of how Glo handled the whole situation. She was clearly not trying to make it easy for the officers, and her personality came through in ways that had people both laughing and cringing.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am?
That's Rico Richy want y'all to add the police next time they pull y'all up. I want y'all to look at them with a straight face like this. You know who I am? You know who I am? Y'all, y'all do exactly what Glorrilla doing, all right? Hold on.
Speech rate 56%.
Y'all gotta do that now. You know who I am? You know who I am?
Tim Gadex. HELLOOO.
Hello. Thank you for joining me.
Alreza. Hi, bro. I am from Iran.
Aron in the building. Thank you for joining me, Aron.
Message retracted.
Shoot, y'all. Hey, y'all make. Next time the police pull y'all over now, y'all do the Glorrilla. You know who I am?
It became instant meme material, but it also showed something about how celebrities sometimes try to use their status in situations like this. The officer's simple "no, I don't" response had people either laughing at the reality check or feeling bad that Glo was in a situation where her fame couldn't help her.
I'm not.
Throughout that whole encounter, you could see Glorrilla trying to maintain that she was fine to drive, even though the officers clearly smelled alcohol and marijuana. The footage showed her struggling with sobriety tests and having what people called a wardrobe malfunction, but she kept insisting she wasn't drunk. That case eventually got resolved without
When they say a wardrobe malfunction, what they mean by that, bro? Like, did one of her biddies popped out, y'all, or something like that? Y'all, did one of her biddies popped out and I missed it? Shoot.
Though the specifics of any fines or probation weren't made public. The pattern that's got fans concerned is how both of these legal issues happen in Georgia, a state that still has pretty strict drug laws compared to a lot of other places. For an artist like Glorrilla, who's from Memphis but spends time in the Atlanta area, these repeated run-ins with law enforcement in the same state start to look like more than just coincidence. But before we get too deep into her legal history, we need to address something that a lot of people don't know about: the prison rumors that circulated about Glorrilla back in 2023. The rumors claimed that Glorrilla had served 3 years in prison for stealing cereal from Kmart, and they actually started from a satirical interview she did with
That's crazy. People started.
During that comedy segment, Marco asked about a made-up story involving cereal theft, and Glorrilla played along for humor. But fans took the joke literally and spread it across social media as if it were real. By April 2023, these rumors had gotten so out of control that Glorrilla had to address them directly.
I just want y'all to know, you're not gonna do 3 years in jail for stealing a box of cereal. You might get banned from the store for about 10 years, but you're not gonna do 3 years in jail for stealing a box of cereal. Nah, I would recommend you to go steal a box of cereal though.
Went on X and shut it down completely. You really sat y'all up there and believed I went to jail for 3 years for stealing cereal, and that's why you talks being y'all ass today, because y'all believe whatever.
Zaxby's just dropped new lemon. You can get that zesty lemon and cracked black pepper flavor you love on the chicken.
She was clearly frustrated that people had fallen for what was obviously a joke, and she used the situation to call out how gullible people can be when it comes to believing stories on the internet. The fact that she had to waste time debunking completely fake prison stories just shows how much extra stuff female rappers have to deal with on top of their actual legal issues. While she's dealing with real arrests,
I mean, you can't even come on. You can't even come on. It bitch be funny no more, bro. People try to look into it like, oh, you really did 3 years in prison, jail for some cereal. You know what I'm saying? You can't even have fun with the people no more, cause they take everything so serious nowadays. Like, why y'all so goddamn serious?
Charges. She's also got to fight against made-up stories that people spread without any evidence. Beyond the legal issues, Glorrilla has faced her share of other controversies that show how being in the spotlight means every move gets scrutinized. From feuds with other female rappers to backlash over lyrics and social media posts, she's had to navigate the kind of drama that comes with being a rising star in hip-hop. The lyrical controversies have included situations like using the word in a song preview, which drew criticism for ableism. She ended up revising the track after fans called her out, showing that she's willing to listen to feedback and make changes when people point out problematic language. There have also been appearance-related controversies, including accusations of being a catfish when old videos of her getting makeup done resurfaced, leading to debates about beauty standards and authenticity. Glorrilla responded to those by embracing her natural look and dismissing the haters. But it shows how female artists get judged on everything from their music to their appearance. Even her success has generated controversy in unexpected ways. When she won the Dr. Bobby Jones Best Gospel Inspirational Award at the 2025 BT Awards for Rain Down on Me, traditional gospel fans and artists were outraged. They felt like a secular rapper shouldn't be winning gospel awards, leading to debates about...
I mean, I kind of agree with the gospel singers right there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can't mix rap and gospel, man. She, you know, congratulations for getting the award, but it should have been like a hip hop award. It shouldn't have been like a gospel award or nothing like that, though.
Boundaries and the evolution of gospel music. Gospel singer Dietrich Haddon publicly criticized the decision, calling it discouraging and disappointing, and urging a gospel music overhaul. What's clear from looking at all these controversies and legal issues is that Glorrilla has had to develop thick skin and a strong support system to deal with the constant scrutiny that comes with her level of fame. From fake prison rumors to real arrests, from lyrical backlash to gospel award controversy, she's faced criticism from multiple directions while continuing to build her career and connect with fans. As we dig deeper into Glorrilla's story, we'll see how this latest legal drama fits into a broader pattern of challenges she's faced, including high-profile feuds and personal controversies that have tested her resilience and shaped her public image. Glorrilla's explosive feuds and controversial moments. The most explosive situation Glorrilla got caught up in was her feud with JT from City Girls, and this beef had everything you want from rap drama. Social media warfare, personal insults, accusations of sneak dissing, and enough back and forth to keep fans entertained for weeks. But what made this feud particularly interesting was how it started from rumors and escalated into something that had both artists throwing serious shots.
Alreza, hi bro, I am. Speech rate 62%.
That's about it. You know what I'm saying? I really just want to get into some of her legal stuff and what she had going on, the beefs and all that. You know, we'll do that another time, you know what I'm saying? But I think what it was getting into was the issue she had with JT Money from, you know, like he said, the City Girls. You know what I'm saying? When I think one of her homegirls or something like that, Gloss Up, was supposed to have start some type of drama or something like that, I guess, allegedly. I don't keep up with that female drama like that, bro. I don't, you know. But I do like Glorilla style, you know what I'm saying? And listening to her rap, you know, without being able to see her physically, it kind of give me, you know, image of her, and I, you know, if I could see, I must say, I think I would like her look. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think she's one of the best female rappers out right now, and I think she's gonna continue. You feel me? It's just messed up. You feel me? That she ends up getting her home practically invaded, and the dudes that invaded her home, you know, they don't even go to jail, bro. Like she end up in jail. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of messed up, bro. I think, you know, pretty sure y'all can agree with me. There's certain laws that they do need to fix. You know what I'm saying? And it's certain, there are certain tactics that they need to teach their either foot cops or street cops or whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? It is something that they need to teach them differently, you know, when they come to handling situations like that, bro. Because it's no way she should have went to jail when her home was practically invaded. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody had to defend the home by letting off a shot. So, you know, it's definitely crazy that she had to go through that. You feel me? And Georgia, y'all should be a damn shame of yourself. But that's, bro, I wouldn't recommend you dealing with Georgia police, bro. I wouldn't recommend you want to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you in Georgia, do anything you can to avoid or evade. And it's not me telling you to, you know, do a crime and run away from them or nothing like that. But just stay out of trouble and to evade from having to come across some of them, you know, because, you know, a lot of them in Georgia, they sour and they look forward to, you know, arresting a lot of us for no apparent reason, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think if y'all want to about the Boosie situation when it comes to the Duke the Jeweler. But like I say, man, I don't think Boosie had nothing to do with it. You know, I don't think Boosie had nothing to do with it. You know, after looking and researching what happened at Takeoff, bro, it definitely looked like Mob Ties has, you know, a lot to do with that, and looked like they were trying to, you know, take the heat off themselves from, you know, what happened to Takeoff and everything like that. You know, but shoot, I think Boosie I think he tired of people, you know, trying to blame that on him. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing wrong. Yeah, I know my head a little nappy, but it ain't gonna be later on. So at some point the month, next month, it ain't gonna be nappy. But shoot, like I say, man, I just think Boosie was tired of, people pointing the finger and blaming him about something that he know he really didn't do. You know what I'm saying? And it was eating. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to end up definitely in jail or behind bars, especially if you know the expenses that Boosie had behind bars and everything that he had led up to him getting him being behind bars and everything like that. He ain't trying to go back. He ain't trying to go back, bro. He got enough of. He still got. I think he still got that gun, the gun charge in California that he's dealing with. From making a music video and all that kind of stuff, I believe. So he ain't trying, bro. Look, he ain't trying to, and definitely he don't want his name tied to, you know, somebody like Duke the Jeweler and what happened to Duke the Jeweler. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, I can't blame him for that, bro. I really can't blame him for that. I don't think he's snitching or nothing like that. I definitely think um um James Prince Sr. kind of made the Prince family look a little more guilty when he went at 50 Cent, bro. He ain't really too much go at the person he should have went at, bro. He really went at 50 Cent and everything. He ain't go at Boots, bro. He just tried to stake his claim in what he did in hip hop from the 80s, building, or making or creating what it was, the Ghetto Boys and all that like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Like Jay Prince has, a good history with the hip hop culture and everything like that, bro. But I just think he didn't clarify enough, to verify to the public that his people, meaning mob ties or rap a lot, ain't have nothing to do with, Duke the Jeweler. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, bro, Boosie definitely ain't trying to be, he ain't trying to be wrapped up in that. He ain't trying to have his name in that, man, because he know he ain't had nothing to do with that, bro. So shit, your boy kind of, hey, I'm going with Boosie, man, because to me, it just looked like they were trying to. It really looked like, bro. At first, like I say, Duke the Jeweler, he was the one supposed to lose $1,000, but he gained $100,000. I think I said 1,000, but I meant 100,000. He gained 100,000. You know what I'm saying? And the mob type crew, they ain't like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like that. They really ain't like that, bro. And Duke the Jeweler was oblivious to everything that was going on, bro. He had no idea that he had, faulty dice in his hand. He had no idea that those guys was going to do that, to him. And I really believe he believed that Boosie had nothing to do with anything, bro. Like, I think if he could possibly speak right now to us, I think he would probably say that's all mob ties. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. You feel me? But, that's where we at right now with it, man. But for Glorrilla, bro, I think that was really messed up, how they did her, man. But if you are a Glorrilla fan, hey, like the video, make sure you guys leave that comment. Definitely, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And let me know how y'all guys feel, bro. If you call the police to your home, because of your home being in danger, and you end up being the one arrested for it, how would that make you feel, man? Going from a victim to a suspect, bro, having to end up pay bail and all that kind of stuff, man. Y'all let me know how, how y'all feel about that, bro. What y'all think about that and everything.
Tim Gadex, HELLOO. Alreza, said hi.
So please let me know what y'all think about that. If you don't mind. If you get the time to. You ain't doing nothing later on. Let your boy know how you feel about Glorrilla. And I thank y'all, all you guys for joining me. Like I said, if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. And your number one favorite blind homie would definitely appreciate that if you hit that like You know what I'm saying? You guys continue to drop them comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Finish. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay. YouTube.